So how long are you willing to stay in sprinting on 400 meters to get the results you want, to reach your potential? Because it's an important question. And I'm going to answer it why in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to make sure you subscribe to my channel to make sure that you get important videos like this, because these videos are giving you invaluable information on how to incorporate relaxation into your sprinting so you can reach that potential. You cannot reach your potential without relaxation in sprinting. It's impossible. So these videos are important. So make sure you subscribe. But let's talk about age for a minute. I know the demographic of the videos that the people that watch my videos are in the 18 to 24 year mark. So this is kind of a video dedicated to you guys, because it's important to have that persistence and to stay in your sport. It's one of the main things of success, is to actually stick at it for longer, because that's generally when sprinters start to see results. And we talk about elite level. Let's talk about the mean age, or basically the mean age of gold, silver and bronze medalists in the last couple of Olympics. I think we're doing 2012 and 2016 Olympics. The mean age of the gold, silver and bronze medalists was 26.2 years old. Now that had gone up from 2008, I think it was 23 years. But generally, these athletes who were winning gold medals in the Olympics were of mid to late 20s. And this is an important factor as well. If you look back at the gold medalists in the last 50 years, they tend to be of the late 20s and maybe early 30s. Now, there's obviously notable exceptions to it. Justin Gatlin and Carl Lewis and Usain Bolt, who all won the gold medals at 21, 22, 23 years of age. So obviously they're different. But most, if you look at most of the gold medal winners over the last 50 years, they've been in the mid to late 20s and probably early 30s. So this is a time when they got gold. And why is that the case? Well, generally, this is when you reach your peak, probably as a sprinter, when you've gained the experience over a period of years, of seasons of competing, but also still got the physical attributes and speed at that age. So you have that bright blend at that age. And this is a big question for you. If you, of the 18 to 24 year mark, if you're in that age range, are you willing to stay in your sport into your mid to late 20s, to at least 26, when the mean age of the gold medalists are? Because that is possibly when you're going to reach your peak. And a lot of athletes don't have that patience for that. And this is a big question, because look at, if you watch the athletes who won it at the age of early 30s, maybe Donovan Bailey, Linford Christie are two notable examples who won it in 92 and 96. These two athletes won those gold medals, and they had years of experience. Not so much Donovan Bailey, but certainly Linford Christie had years of experience of competing, of understanding focus and relaxation, so he could win the gold medal later on in his career. Donovan Bailey was an interesting one as well, and this is another demonstration of how life experiences as well, because obviously if you get to the late 20s through life, you've gone through some life experiences, and Donovan Bailey is another example of that, because he was actually got into athletics, elite level, senior level, very late. He was a stockbroker in Ontario, Canada as well. Now, being a stockbroker, this is a highly paid job with a lot of pressure on it. So he would have picked up a lot of experience in that job, doing the things, handling stressful situations, and that would have helped him in his Olympic final in '96 when he was 31. This is a time when he was actually, I've done a video on this as well, when he broke the world record in the Olympic final, but also did it with an injury as well, that he pulled a muscle in 2 weeks before the Olympics started, and he still was suffering the implications of that injury as well. But he actually would have used that experience in that Olympic final, because the build up, they remember the false start by Christie twice, and the actual building of tension that happened, he was able to use relaxation much better than the other athletes, because he had to, one, because of the injury, but also he had to do it to run his fastest time. And this is important, because he would have been able to handle that life challenge of pressure a lot better than other athletes, because he'd had experience, not least because of the experience he picked up with racing, but also because of the life challenges that his former job would have come about. I don't think a 21-year-old Donovan Bailey would have been able to handle that final. It's highly unlikely. You gain that experience. And that's why, you know, you may be running your fastest time. All athletes might be running your fastest time into mid to late 20s and maybe 30s. And this is just a question for you. Are you willing to stay that long, stick at it that long? Because that's when success happens. Mostly success happens for athletes when they stick at it for longest. I think the stat is from junior elite level athletes, it's only about a quarter of the athletes reach senior level. And this could be various reasons for that. It could be other out of interest, losing interest, hitting plateaus where they start to get injured a lot more and they give up and stuff like that. Other commitments like family start to happen, relationships start to happen, other commitments start to hit you in the early to mid-20s, which forces athletes out, forces athletes to take other priorities in life and don't stay in the sprinting. And this is obvious here because sprinting doesn't really pay you. It doesn't pay you, for the vast majority of you, sprinting will not pay you money. So you have to, there are other commitments. That's understandable, these other commitments. But all I'm saying is that if you want to reach that peak potential, your sprinting peak optimal potential, to have that maturity to handle relaxation in the kind of pressurized situations, you might have to wait till your mid to late 20s, maybe 30s to get the results you want. It's all about sticking at it. So this is just to prompt you a little bit of thought, and so you can actually think, be patient, stick at it. If you really can, and you can actually get the financial help from it, give you the time to train. But this is when you're probably going to be reaching your potential in that mid to late 20 mark and maybe 30. So just stick at it. And without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching that video. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to my channel so you get more videos like this that are invaluable in helping you get faster times in the 100 meters, 200 meters or 400 meters. Also have a look in the description at my courses. There's my mini course, my starter program for relaxation for sprinters, and also my full program down there. Have a look at both those options. And also, if you actually sign up for my email newsletter, you get 20% off my big full relaxation program as well. So take a look at the options below, and thanks again.